it's definitely coming towards you. It is your karmic justice. It's your time to receive this double blessing from Spirit. So if you haven't checked out the last reading, which happened to be a very beautiful higher vibrational divine union reading, I will put in the description box for you to check out. But this is, wow, this is a big deal. Somebody's not happy about it though. 5 of Cups. Well, whatever, not everybody can be happy. You know, if you're living your life for others, you yourself are never going to be happy. So, 8 of Swords, yeah. There are some people who are up in their head about this. Not the people involved. This, we'll say Prince of Wands and Queen of Cups. But let's just go over the cards here. Spirit really wants to spit the cards out, but I'm going to process this with y'all, alright? So we have that this knight, the Prince of Wands, was under heavy fire. And if you look at this card, and I'll describe it for you, it's a guy like crouching in terror and there's 9 swords coming at him. And he looks like he's in a war zone and there's a snake wrapped around one of the swords. So it's like someone is intentionally throwing daggers. This could also represent heavy spiritual warfare for those of you that are at a more higher frequency, know what I'm talking about, or if you're pagan. So yeah, Prince of Wands is the victor, is the champion on his way to kinghood. Can also just represent a different aspect of a strong character. Doesn't mean they're necessarily this fiery warrior, but maybe it's a certain aspect of their personality. I'll look into that later, possibly, if it comes up. Yeah, the 5 of Wands is all about competition and fighting, right? In this particular depiction, it's 2 men. And again, apply the gender however you want. Doesn't matter in tarot. And then the 8 of Cups, walking away after a battle, but victoriously and towards this Queen of Cups. So towards this divine feminine energy. And this is something either they manifested, this Queen of Cups manifested, or it was a decision that had to be made. But it seems that this Prince of Wands has made that decision. They accept that this is a new karmic cycle with the Wheel of Fortune. This is also really good luck. It's also, yeah, I'm picking up karmic justice with the Justice card after the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is a divine blessing of love or creativity or self-love or love with spirit. 8 of Pentacles is about putting in the work on this new cycle, but it's murky, it's hidden with the Moon card, and then of course the World before that, and then we have Judgment. So someone's been enlightened to this. They are awakened to what this represents. And then we had over here the 5 of Cups and the 8 of Swords, and that feels like outside energies. Seems like there is a trajectory here. There is a quest starting for someone, and again, if this rings any bells for you, check out the last reading and it might form a more complete story for you. Who do we want to know about? Let's see, what does the collective want to know about? Which character here are we speaking on today? Feeling Prince of Wands, Queen of Swords over the Prince of Wands. What else about this Queen of Swords? 6 of Swords. There's some kind of common understanding, some kind of clear communication, some kind of certainty here that's grown from having to learn to balance. The 6 of Swords depiction is a man standing in an acrobatic pose with the swords around him, just like looking like he's balancing this beautiful pose. It's very much harmonious. We were talking about Libra season, and we got this over the Justice card. Something about this energy wanting to bring some kind of justice and balance, fairness, equality, but be straight and to the point about it. Slightly guarded, but there's something about it that needs to be carefully communicated. What is that about, Spirit? The Hierophant. Wow. This is very powerful energy, or a very profound event that is happening in some of the collective's lives. So the Hierophant is the highest authority. It can represent hierarchy, it can represent God, it can represent some kind of divine power. I just heard, for some of you, this person feels like a messenger of God. I don't know what that means for everyone. It's just what my clairaudience picked up. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles, 6-6 here. That's double balance. That's mirroring balance. This is having something to offer, some kind of divine blessing. Could be this Ace of Cups over here. This could be about bringing harmony and balance to this Queen of Cups life. And then the 4 Cups sideways just fell out over the 5 of Cups and 8 of Swords. Tell me more about this over here. The Star. Wow. Okay, so this is energy of the past. It isn't separate people with the 5 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and then the 4 of Cups, because 4 of Cups can be about not seeing your blessing. In the last reading we were talking about that, and how we've talked about it in a few of the other Divine Union readings from this year. But sideways it tells me that this person is aware of their blessings now, and they also know that it's something that made them very unhappy and get stuck in their head. But the Star card is not only illumination, it's seeing things for how it is and healing something. Perhaps that's something that this energy wants to bring this Queen of Cups, is some form of healing, or bring a message about their healing. I can't tell you if this is romantic or a friend or a family member. It's going to apply to different people in different ways. So we'll just see where the energy takes us, okay? Tell me more about heading to the Queen of Cups with the Chariot and this decision, Spirit. The 5 of Swords. Interesting. Some kind of sense of defeat here, mental anguish. Wow, with the Devil. What is this about, Spirit? Who is this energy about? The Sun. Well, we have the Sun right next to the Moon. That usually indicates divine partnership, divine union, the Sun and the Moon, higher love. Some kind of mental battle that has been illuminated about some kind of toxic energy from the past. What does this have to do with the Chariot and the Queen of Cups? The 6 of Cups. Wow. Okay. Reuniting. with somebody who is either from your past, a past life soulmate, or someone who you have a deep potential bond with that feels like family, where perhaps your inner children have commonality with each other. And so whoever this Knight of Wands energy is they feel like this Queen of Cups is their divine counterpart, is their past life soulmate. And what I'm reading here, take it how it resonates with the Devil card. A lot of people believe in the devil, right, with Christian faith, but I look at it as a mindset. It's also with the tarot, it represents toxic behaviors, karmic people, obsessions, delusions, being overconsumed by the 3D material world, being bound to something. And over here next to the Five of Swords, this is usually sabotage, mental sabotage. It can represent toxic people who possibly poisons your mind with thoughts that are not for your highest and greatest good. So if that has to do with this person, it's possible that someone that they know that is not good for them got them all caught up in their head about this. And now they want to speed in and have a conversation, but be very clear about it, enlighten something, and put in the effort for equal give and take, it seems. Well, that seems like a love message to me, but again, it could be anything in any way. So what can you tell us about this fork in the road? Because I feel like that's relevant with the Two of Wands. The Princess of Wands. Tell me more about this Princess of Wands, please. The Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay. 1 second. Ace to the 2 with the Princess. We're working with a lot of fire here, a lot of speed, a lot of passion, a lot of new inspiration. This is also a divine blessing. We now have Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands. A divine, passionate, new beginning. With a beginner's mind on a new freaking adventure. I feel as if that's how this person views this Queen of Cups. Tell us more about this, Spirit. The Ace of Swords. This is the truth. And now we have 3 out of 4 aces. I want to say about 2 months ago we got all 4 aces in a reading. Might have been 6 weeks. Check out the playlist. I think it's in one of the shorter form titles. All 4 aces on the table. That could be connected to this. The Ace of Swords represents clarity and epiphany. Like, this person to the Knight of Wands is their hot new beginning. Is also, like, it could also be considered wish fulfillment with the Star and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups over here. And then we have Justice. Like, this person is completely enlightened and magnetized. And there's also a feeling of being really excited about this. What can you tell us about this Queen of Cups, Spirit? Strength. Wow. Okay, very powerful cards. Strength card. That's the Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups is strong AF. This Queen of Cups is not just a sweet, nurturing, kind, receptive, loving, creative person with a whole lot of love. They're also very strong. They're very courageous. Tell us more about this strength, Spirit. The Two of Cups. Wow. That's unique. Two of Cups with the strength. Two of Cups is divine union. We definitely have that on the table now, for sure. Sun, Moon, Two of Cups. had the Four Wands at the bottom in the hidden energy. That's some kind of celebration, engagement, commitment, union. It's also like building a foundation. This person's they're a strong choice for love, I just heard. A strong choice for love for somebody. Tell us more about this Strength and Two of Cups. The Hanged Man. It's a different kind of perspective on who this person is. Well, if this person did have people in their ear talking about this person toxically, it would poison the perspective of this person. It would make you not want to pursue a blessing or not see a blessing because you're up in your head, which we had over here with the other cards. But I want to know what this Hanged Man is about in regards to the Queen of Cups. Seven of Wands. Some kind of defense is going on here. There's a feeling of stuckness here. Perhaps this Queen of Cups has fought for love before. Knows how to have different perspectives and use their strength and courage to overcome and fight battles, protect themselves, pause, meditate, reflect. They know what it takes to nurture a divine connection. And I'm sensing spiritual union for some of you. Holy wow, I just pulled the Emperor card and got chills. That's like the ultimate divine masculine card. However, we pulled it over the Queen of Cups. Now that could represent... I kind of feel like this Queen of Cups might be the Emperor. What does that mean? Again, apply the gender how it fits. Well, if this divine feminine is a true divine being, they're also going to be an emperor, because you have to be in balance with your divine feminine and masculine in order to be a full divine being. We're talking about spiritual concepts now, so what can you tell us about the Emperor spirit? The Lovers? Are you kidding me? Wow, we have more major arcana on this table than not. And I got full chills. Wow. That's the Divine Union card. I mean, hello. Yeah, that's unity with self. This Divine Feminine is also in balance with their Divine Masculine. They are also somebody who is a boss, is a leader, is in charge of their own domain, delegates to others, has a certain status and respect about their character in life. So they also know how to go after what they want and defend what is theirs. With the Seven of Wands here and the Hanged Man, this is somebody who can be very strategic and fight their own battles, I'm hearing. Okay, so what does this have to do with the Knight of Wands? The Nine of Wands. Okay, so they too know what it's like to fight their own battles, to be a bit of a wounded warrior, to have to be strong and overcome these hurdles. Interesting. What else about this Nine of Wands and Emperor? The Princess of Swords. One more card, please. The Three of Swords. I'm getting that this this Knight of Wands has been watching this person get their heart broken, I just heard, with the Three of Swords. And the Princess of Swords is the Page of Swords. It's the card of somebody watching another person, studying them, learning. And if they didn't watch this person go through this, they can see that this person has gone through something they themselves has gone through with the Nine of Wands here. I feel like they can see that between each other's experiences, even with different circumstances, different, I'm sensing different social groups. Do these people know each other in real life, Spirit? The Princess of Cups. It could be a friend. It could be somebody that could be friends, or someone from the past that you haven't seen in a long time, which could tie into this past life. Soulmate card, Six of Cups again, Princess of Cups. That would make sense. It could be a young lover from a past life. That's very specific. That's not going to be for everyone. It could also be a new love. This could be a new love. This could be somebody who wants to be your friend, and perhaps that's why they want to come in, is to offer a small cup of friendship. And I see, have a conversation here. So they want to communicate. They want to offer something. They recognize this person's struggles. They recognize... What else do they recognize, Spirit? The Ace of Pentacles. All right, well, I mean, wow, 4 aces, all 4 aces. We were just talking about that. It's like I'm psychic or something, you know? Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. That is complete clarity that, yeah, this is the whole package here. This is everything. This is... The Divine couldn't make it much clearer how special this is. Wow. It's also heavily protected. So for all the cross watchers who are trying to screw with these kinds of unions, just remember that divine beings are heavily protected, and most likely anything you try to do, they're not even going to have to deal with. The divine will deal with. So, you know, if I were you, I'd just stop trying to interfere and instead love yourself. Do your own shadow work, because that's how these energies become divine, is they do the work. They go through the trials, they go through the tribulations, they go through the ascension, they overcome the tests, they overcome the sabotage, they overcome the pain, they heal. They transform. They rise. That's what makes a divine being. And there are a lot of people who are going to try to sabotage that. I mean, we see that here with the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to get you all up in your head, and we're going to make you doubt your thoughts and your feelings. And we're going to come up with all these reasons as to why you aren't good enough. Well, you know what? If this other person possibly is a divine being as well, they already know they are enough. And perhaps it's only past energies that reminded them they needed to heal in order to feel worthy enough to come forward with this. I just channeled all that. I don't know where that all came from, but it applies to some or many. Let me know, drop a comment if you think this is your story. Go ahead and claim this reading. Just say, I claim this reading. This is true to my experience. Or if you more identify with divine masculine, share your experience. You know, if you have someone in mind and you feel comfortable sharing, you know, let's engage with the community. Tell me more about this Knight of Wands. Spirit. The Magician. Whew. Yeah, they're definitely a divine masculine. Not only that, this is a spiritual love. This is a spiritual union. This is a higher love. I think in the last reading I might have said that if these readings are connected, which I do feel like they are, kind of feels like I've been on this journey about these particular souls in the collective and these kinds of higher love unions. It's not for everybody, but I feel like I've been speaking on it for a while now, the readings change up and down, you know. It's really the flow of energy, whatever